Welcome back to Giant Monster Games. We are playing some budget zoo again today. We are actually on the play, not on the draw, which is exciting for me. I feel like I'm always on the play, or on the draw. What am I thinking here? We have Game Trail, which we can just reveal a forest or this. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to keep this. It's definitely keepable. It is a good opening hand. And we are going to probably throw out Game Trail, reveal a forest. Forest or mountain, doesn't really matter. And then we're going to play Experiment Numero Uno. And then next turn we're going to play Scavenging Ooze, making Experiment 1 bigger. Yada 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 yada. You guys know the plan. Here's a forest. Cool. Opponent knows we have a forest. And bang bang bang. We get an Experiment 1 and then ship it to our opponent's turn. Don't need to do anything else super special at this point. Again, we're going to try to get a whole bunch of value off of Experiment 1. He's kind of like, as you may have seen on the deck, he's kind of like an important piece to this deck. So that's what we're going to aim to do this morning. I say this morning because I'm recording this at ungodly hour o'clock in the morning. Let's toss down. So our opponent plays red. Not really sure what that can be. That can be lots of things. Probably not an aggro deck, because like majority of aggro decks out there would have actually played something aggro-y first turn. But I didn't see anything, so I think the answer is not. And this is going to be always yield. So we don't have to worry about him always coming in with getting +1 counters. Attacking, shipping to our opponent's turn, nothing else we're doing. And then I think next turn we will, depending on what happens, if our opponent does do stuff, we'll probably start eating stuff out of graveyards. If not, we're just going to swing in. We'll probably play the other Scavenging Ooze, because we can get this guy as a 3/3. And our opponent does nothing. Oh, our opponent kept a one-lander. Ooh, scary times for our opponent. Well, in that case, I think we play the second Scavenging Ooze. This is like the only time, by the way. This is like the only time I think it's appropriate to play creatures on the first main phase. Is because we're going to make this guy bigger and get him a little bit extra damage. A little bit extra value. So, yeah. We can actually go like this. Because our opponent only has one land, I think we can overcommit to the board a little bit. I think this is what we're going to do. So it's going to be, yes, green, green, tossing down the ooze. Oh, wait, hold on. Cancel. Is it, evolve is based on if it has a bigger, right? Enter the battlefield under control if that creature has a greater power or toughness. So this one, ooze doesn't actually do anything for us. I thought it did. I was wrong. But this guy's going to come in as a 2/3, so it'll be bigger. So he comes in as a 3/3, which is good. Which is very good. And then I think we just go to combat and swing with everything. I think that's going to be the plan. By swing with everything, I'm swing with these two guys. So swing for 5. Ship it to our opponent. Nothing else we're doing over here. So at this point, we kind of just need to go ham. Go all out. Attack, 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 attack. We could always, depending on what our opponent plays... Oh, Scalding Tarn. Ooh. Maybe we're playing against some kind of budget... maybe not budget, but some kind of storm deck. Mind you, they wouldn't have normally kept a one-lander hand, so they may have misplayed. It could also be Izzet. There's lots of fun Izzet decks out there. Sleight of hand. Okay, well, let's see if that helps him. So I got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I don't think our opponent knows it, but our opponent is probably dead next turn. Probably dead next turn. And again, we can eat cards out of the graveyards, but we only get +1 counters. Hold on. Yeah, we only get counters if it's a creature card. So that's the thing to keep in mind. So, yes, we can eat stuff out of graveyards, but eating creatures is the beneficial nutrients that Scavenging Oozes need. So that is a thing to keep in mind. Okay, Experiment 1. That's neat. I think we play the Cinderglade, just to be safe. Go to combat. Attack with everything. All creatures go. And then I think we're going to Blood Rush if he doesn't decide to destroy something. And I think we... What do we Blood Rush? Let's Blood Rush the Curdape. Giving it +4/+4. Should be enough to kill our opponent. Does our opponent have a response? I don't think so. Which means we're going to sideboard. That was quick. Not really sure what our opponent's playing against, so we didn't really see anything. So that was a thing. That was something that happens. We are playing against a control matchup. which means I'm really tempted to put in Vines of the Vastwood. Let's put in 2 Vines of the Vastwood. I think they're going to be a good card to throw in here. We'll take out a single Gorchan Rampager and a single Narnam Renegade, and then we're going to run it back like that. So Vines of the Vastwood, I mean, assuming our opponent's playing stuff like Lightning Bolt and potentially like some bounce cards, so like Boomerang theoretically, but I don't think Boomerang will be in here. Vapor Snag is the card I'm actually thinking of. We kind of want to be able to protect ourselves a little bit against that. And this is a fantastic opening hand. I'm going to keep this as well. Yeah, keep it. Snap keep. And, ooh. Our opponent? What is our opponent playing here? So enters battlefield, so it's a fast land. Neat. I'm waiting for these to, like, once Kaladesh rotates out, these are going to be usable in, like, so many budget decks. I'm really excited about them. The ones where they enter the battlefield tapped unless you control less lands. Because they see a little bit of play in Modern, but not a ton of play. So I think it'll be really good. And so this is the one downside right now, is Cinderglade comes into play tapped unless we have 2 or fewer basic lands, where we only have a single basic land here, and we kind of want green mana. We don't really want to play this guy, so we're going to play a turn behind. Everything else in the hand, though, is fantastic. I mean, being able to do green mana and red mana, and we have, like, Dryad Militant, which I have... It depends. If our opponent is playing a Storm deck, Dryad Militant is going to be awesome. If our opponent is not, if our opponent is playing something else, I'm not really sure what else, then Dryad Militant is going to be just a beater. I would have pulled it out instead of the Narnam Renegades if I would have known that or if I knew we weren't playing against some kind of like storm-based deck, but I'm not willing to take that risk. So we're not going to do anything about that. Hey, look at that, a forest. Would have been nice to start with that. I think what we do is we throw down the mountain. We then play the experiment. Oh no! Supposed to throw down the forest. Supposed to play down the forest. Why did I do that? Well, that's a thing that happens. Supposed to play the forest because I was going to play Dryad Militant Experiment 1. I think what we do though instead is we just play Experiment 1. Yeah, because we can swing it with as a 3/3 next turn. Oh boy. Oh boy. You can tell it's morning. It's morning. I'm awake, guys. I swear. I swear I'm awake. I haven't had coffee. I'm trying to do this thing where I drink less coffee because I usually drink an unreasonable amount of coffee. So I figure if I drink less coffee in the morning and I start drinking coffee when I get to work, then I'm like fired up and ready to go. Oh, Peer Through Depths. Okay, maybe we are playing... Maybe we're playing against some kind of combo deck. Gifts Ungiven is revealed. Okay, maybe it's actually Storm. Maybe it's actually Storm. Haven't really seen many of the other cards we would see that would reflect it as Storm. But doesn't mean it's not technically Storm. Maybe it's a Budget Storm. That's one deck I should make. I should totally work on making a Budget Storm. I had someone send in actually a pretty decent Budget Storm list. So something I need to maybe consider making is a Budget Storm. So let's play it on the forest. And I think we just go Militant Flint Hoof. I think that's the way we're going to go. So Militant comes down. If we wanted to play 3 mana, we could have played Flint Hoof Boar theoretically with haste and swung in with 5. But I think making this guy bigger is going to be better. Having this, the Experiment 1 as a 3/3 is usually a little bit better. Oh, and our opponent's going to remand it. Okay, well, that's a thing that happens. I'm okay with that being remanded. So much so that we're going to just play it again. Because I'm pretty sure at this point we're playing against a Storm deck. You don't really see Gifts Ungiven. You don't really see this in many other decks other than Storm. It's really prevalent in Storm, so yeah, I think we're gonna try and get the Dryad Militant into play. And then I think we just swing for 2 and ship it to our opponent. I think trying to get these guys going off in a better sequence is going to be a good idea. I guess theoretically we could have... Oh no, because he remanded it. In theory we could have actually played Reckless Bushwhacker afterwards. I still played Dryad Militant, Reckless Bushwhacker. That actually would have been a better bet. Oh well. Oh well. I wonder, could we have played this actually? Cast another spell this turn. We tried to cast it, but it was remanded. Does that count? I don't think it counts. Because I think the spell needs to... I should have checked. If I could have cast this for a surge, that would have been awesome. Would have been a swing for more damage. That would have been awesome. I'll have to look at that next time. If he remands something else, I can see if I can cast it with a surge. Because I don't think you can. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's the spell needs to resolve. Okay, here we go. Desperate Ritual enters the exile zone. Okay. Our opponent is doing something. I think we're not going to do anything on our turn, so we're just going to ship it through and see if our opponent actually has this. Turn 3 Storm. Oh, turn 4. No, turn 3, technically. For him, he only has 3 mana. So it is possible. Completely possible. Mind you, we have the Dried Militant in play, so that's going to make his life a little bit more difficult, because in theory, instants and sorceries will be countered. Grape Shot. Oh, he's going to have to Grape Shot this guy. I guarantee you, yeah. It's totally being Grape Shotted. That's funny. Well, I mean, that's one thing. Well, we know next turn we have to throw in probably some graveyard-eating stuff, like such as Tormented Script. Tormented Script is going to be a good thing. Oh, he's also going to get rid of Experiment 1. Oh, and yeah. Okay, there we go. So he's going to clear our board, which slows him down a lot. I mean, he just burnt off a bunch of cards. I guess he's hoping that we don't have enough gas to, like, get going again, but we have a ton of gas in our hand. Like, our hand is all gas right now. And I think, what do we do? What at this point? We can play the Flint Hoof and then Reckless Bushwhacker. Yeah, I think that's where we're going to go. So, Flint Hoof coming down. Don't need to give it haste because we're going to play Reckless Bushwhacker for its surge cost, which will then give it haste. And then we're going to swing for 4, 5, 6, 7. No, 4, 5, 6. It doesn't give itself +1. That'd been amazing if it did. And then go to combat, swing for 6 damage. Attack with all creatures. And let's see if our opponent has some kind of storm action going on. Or has enough cards to go off on storm. I don't think he does. 3 cards in hand is pretty weak in the storm department. That being said, oh, he was splicing into Arcane with this. That's funny. So he still has 1 of them in his hand. Okay, well, that's a thing. That is a thing that happens. I don't think he has enough to go off yet. I mean, 3 cards in hand is pretty tight. Pretty tight for our opponent. We'll see if he can do it. I don't think he can, though. If we go to our turn, though, we have, what, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, yeah. So if we go to our turn, we're going to win. We are going to win against Storm, which is fun. I like winning against Storm. That's kind of a fun thing that we get to do once in a while. And why don't we up our odds here by throwing out... Hold on. Cancel that. Oh, no, wait. I was like, oh, we could play both these guys. No, we can't. We need a 3rd red mana. We can't do that, technically. Yeah, so throw out Incarnate, paying 1 red mana, which is rad. Playing a Reckless Bushwhacker for its search cost. Red and just a green. Oh, I could have played Narnem as well. Could have played it. Let's hold it up just in case. It's not at this point. Let's not overcommit our board. That's actually one thing I do sometimes with when I'm playing aggro. I tend to be like overcommit to the board because I want to try and rush our opponent to death. And against like in the goblins deck that I've made, I mean, it is a pretty good idea, and that's kind of something you do a lot of. But I mean, something like this, we're playing against Zoo. We're playing against a deck that actually has a bunch of removal. You don't want to like overcommit. You want to be able to constantly chisel your opponent down, but you don't want them to like, yeah, you don't want to give them the and our opponent has nothing. Look at that. We went against Storm, and we won. Okay, well, until next time, my name is Adrian, this is GiantMonsterGames, thanks for watching, and don't forget to game like a giant monster. Thanks for watching the videos here on GiantMonsterGames. If you want to support the channel directly, we now have a Patreon page which you can go and become part of the broader GiantMonsterGames community. Additionally, if you want to see some other awesome videos, you can click right here, or right here.